Fix It Up Lifetime. Mark, are you ready?
We're in it to win it. We're here hanging out at the National Hardware Show.
We are the National Hardware Show, and we're chilling like villains, but you know what? We've got awesome guests. We're talking about cool innovations, awesome products, things you want to know about. And our first guests are walking up here, so we will be back in just a minute with more My Fix It Up Life. Well, I'll be. Mark, this is My Fix It Up Life. How are you?
Sometimes there's a split personality issue. And she'll come at
That's
me,
actually
Dan Cary.
Ellie Mae style?
That's one of the voices that our 6-year-old Jack really likes when I use that, because for a while he was having me create personalities for vegetables and fruits.
Okay.
Yeah, so
real ones,
like
not
a lemon and a
pretend
lime?
baby plastic ones.
Yeah, so it'd be like
Fully fleshed out
like
characters.
Yes.
grown real like melons,
like a
and
coconut
pears
and a
stuff.
watermelon. And lemon and
Right.
lime were my favorites. Well, Grandpa Lemon was always angry. I don't want to be spending time with you
Sourpuss.
guys. But lemon and lime, I am lemon and I am lime. What do you want to do today? So I do that at home. What do you do with your kids?
Kind of put me on the spot here.
I bet you like throw a ball with them.
We do.
or-
We do. I coach both of them in baseball and softball, basketball. A lot of coaching, a lot of that kind of stuff going on when we're not working on the endless project that is our house,
Yes.
our Fix It Up life.
How do you know how to coach basketball? Like,
Wait. He needs to. Do you know about party hats
Why
or
you-
paint
I'm
cans?
gonna have a nervous breakdown. It's
The
like
paint
I'm
can
not
lid?
even here.
Do you know this?
I do not know this.
This is going to change your life in a way that you won't even know.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can put the paint, you have your paint in your paint can, you take the lid off, and
Got
then
it.
then you get rid of that lid. It's just gone. Then you put this on it, and you can store it with it on it,
Oh, yeah,
and
this
you
makes
can
sense.
pour it out. And
Easy
then,
to pour.
Yes, and then so when you do the whole thing where you're trying to put the lid back on, you don't have the going on.
Ah,
Isn't that beautiful?
it is cool.
Yeah, and you can store it like that.
It's almost like looks like a sippy cup for paint.
It totally is. Yeah. It totally is. I think Chris Lampton said, "Can I put my beer in it?" But I don't know about that. Not sure about that one. But yeah, it is really kind of, and they're not that expensive too. You can get them all over the place.
It's cool for small projects.
Yeah.
I like it.
And I'm one of those people that hoards paint.
You don't throw it away?
No, because there's
Well-
always something else I want to do.
And if you're Dan Cary, Woodworker's Journal,
Yes.
doing finishes,
Yep.
those cans are even harder to seal up.
Yes.
The urethanes, the lacquer.
I don't
Yes,
think you
the
can put
finishes go
urethane
bad.
in there. I don't think you can. I think you're supposed to. We'll have to ask the
We'll have
product
to check
expert.
with
Yeah, it might
Shur-Line.
not be
Can we
enough to
can we
seal.
put
Urethane in there?
that paint can lid over urethane or a lacquer?
No, party foul.
It has to be water based. Dan,
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to stop that line of questioning right now.
Now he has a sad face on. What are we
yeah.
gonna do? We're
So-
gonna have to,
so
like,
it's a
make him-
water-
I turned my
Water-based
frown
paint.
upside down.
Yeah.
Now, are you a painter? Do you like to paint?
I do like to paint, but I'm kind of a practical painter. I love painting a room. I love what it does for it. Instant transformation, instant upgrade. But I stick with solid colors. I'm very fast at cutting in. I can get a room done pretty quickly.
Cut in by hand with a brush?
Yep.
Oh, can we get a brush? I want to dare you on that.
Yeah,
Can I-
because we
can
have
I
a
borrow
whole
a
building
brush?
with crown molding and stuff over
No, I
there.
want
you
to
do.
see his
Yeah.
painting a line right across that easel.
We gotta
I don't
paint.
know if I could paint a straight line just in free space. I need like a molding or something.
I could totally do
You got
it.
to paint
that.
to something when
Yes.
you're
Do you
when
wanna-
you're.
do you
How
wanna-
do
And then
you
rolling fast to get it done, clean it up,
Yeah.
and I'm out.
Yeah.
How do you do
The family's happy.
brush to can to wall? Like,
I go can to small container,
okay.
plastic tub or something, dip, tap.
Do you wipe it off one side?
I tap it on the side.
You tap the brush
Yeah, pat it off a little bit.
so that keeps the drip.
I like a brush that's pretty well loaded.
Yes.
That's a big mistake, I think. You go up with not enough paint, and then
Yes, you can't keep
drag,
going.
drag,
Yeah.
drag. and
Oh, I've
then
seen
going
people
back.
just painting over and over and
yep.
over their stuff Dan, you're wrapped up in your
technical
core
problem.
technical issue. John Valerio, johnvalerio.com got that button.
Well
up.
done.
Nicely played.
Appreciate it. It's got my back.
Nicely played. He said something to me. I have no idea what it is.
.net, johnvalerio.net.
Net.
He's
Oh,
net like a fish.
He's a .net. He's a .net solution.
.com is
Think
taken.
about where you're from. Cape Cod, fisherman, net.
Okay. It's just
John
that. I don't really
Valerio.
need to spend a lot of time on
I
it.
spend time
Just
on
to be
things.
honest with you. On that. .net, I got it.
All right, I'm going to
familiar.
paint some stuff while you guys talk about things.
So
Do that.
let's
Peace out.
because we're talking about brushes, we're talking about paint.
Yep.
And we got diverted because I made a mistake about the paint can lid.
Teresa's
and
literally going to paint something.
Yes. Finishing a
Yes.
woodworking project,
Yes.
because that's really your bailiwick.
Yep. Well, I came from a remodeling contractor background, so I do both. But now, yeah, my primary focus editorially is finishing wood. Yes.
And there's all kinds of different ways, and it's hard. It's kind of hard to get right because there are lots of things that can go wrong. You overbrush a urethane and it'll bubble.
It's intimidating. People, I think a lot of it is patience. People are super excited to build furniture, build projects. As soon as they see the finish line, they tend to shortcut that part of it, and they will, maybe not sand it enough or prep it enough, or they'll just throw the finish on, or just because they want to be done.
Right. Or
and
they get
there's
dust in it.
no faster way to ruin all that hard work than a poorly applied finish, And there's nothing that says, kind of not professionally done like a bad finish. I mean, that's really what defines it.
Now,
so.
I've seen, like you're talking about, a nice piece of furniture, and I think it was the taste of the particular woodworker. I mean, there had to be like 4 inches of of urethane on there.
People can go way too heavy. They can.
And
absolutely.
When it comes to furniture, I'm more of a like a satin.
Yep.
Yeah, I want it to be.
Me too.
I don't want it to be like a mirror.
Yes. I don't want a heavy film.
Right.
I often prefer the wipe-on finishes for furniture.
Right. And now, is that like an oil rag?
Generally.
And it's tongue oil or linseed oil?
Could be either one of those. Any of those oil finishes are usually a combination of some natural oil and then a poly blend of some type.
Yeah.
And then they're even water-based wipe-on finishes now too. But I'm with you. Less is more. Satin. Let me see some wood grain still.
Now you're talking.
I don't need a plastic-looking bar top finish.
Do you use a scraper?
Yeah, cabinet scraper.
As your no, before you apply a finish.
Yeah.
As your final.
Sometimes. Not always. I don't have any set rules, but a cabinet scraper is a great way to get a nice, fine, smooth finish. I mean, I am not one of these guys, but there are guys with a hand plane that can knock it out.
Really?
And you don't need to do anything else.
There's something hot about that,
Can you explain what a
That's
scraper does? Then we'll talk about hot guys in overalls with no shirts doing
I don't like
jack
that
planes.
look. No, that's not good.
I don't know what the look is. I'm
you
making
don't
it
even,
up.
It's like Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
He's also
wrestling references here.
Pro wrestler.
Yes.
But
Mark
the
is definitely
scraper,
not into dudes because that statement was so wrong.
Is a piece of steel, right?
Yeah, it's a piece of steel
flat.
with a burnished edge, and you can't really see it, but the edge has been burnished to the point where there's just a slight curl on the edge, and that is what's actually catching and scraping the wood.
And it's
I'm
like
going to talk to Dan.
finer
You
than
paint
sandpaper.
Yeah, because you're just scraping a very thin layer, so you're not going to deal with any grain marks or any of the stuff that a sandpaper grit would do, swirls, any of that, because you're just scraping it right off.
So Mark's
going to go to town. He's
going to
paint
go to town, and he's going to paint a picture.
I thought you were speaking figuratively when I sat down and you said we're going to paint a pretty picture, like this interview would be, but you really meant we're going to paint a pretty picture.
We can totally paint a pretty picture of, like, we only have a few minutes left with you, though, so now we can talk about Mark. So what do you really think about him?
I have known Mark for probably, I don't know, maybe 12 years, something like that, 10, 12 years. 10, 12 years. So that's quite some time.
Yes. Has he ever invited you to go exercise with him?
No, he can tell I'd be no fun exercising. I'd be complaining and pouting the whole time.
You'd be fun exercising with because you would just you could tell them stories.
I can tell them stories. I'm good at talking. I like doing things for exercise, like
hiking,
sports, activities, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Running it just kills me.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
I think he ran like 3 miles this morning, 4 miles on the strip.
I have a buddy that just ran a 50K, and I just don't see the sense of such activities.
It sounds like a cartoon, you know, where like Bugs
real
Bunny would
thing.
be like, I'm running a 50K.
It's a real thing, yeah.
Crazy, man.
That's not me. Nope.
Okay, so Woodworker's Journal, we can find you where online?
Woodworkersjournal.com, and we've been working on a ton of fun projects. We just finished a really cool backyard. It's called the Party Station. We partnered with Ryobi on it, so it's called the Ryobi Nation Party Station. It's got a sliding opening top with a cooler in it, and plans are online.
I'm going to be checking that out.
It's
That
super
sounds
cool. It's
so
going to be
cool.
a big summer promotion. Yeah, it's cedar, backyard cart, and great place to gather with your friends. We did a really fun video for it that
we can
features
check
Tom Berry from Restaurant Impossible.
Oh, Tom Berry, he's awesome. I love him.
Yeah, so he was sort of the builder guru in it.
He's
the
really good.
genie.
He's really good at that
These
stuff.
two sort of feeling down neighbors who wanted to pick up their lives, and he appears and inspires them to build this party cart that Woodworker's Journal designed and actually built off the set.
And Tom Berry is just not another guy on TV. He's an architect and a general contractor. And we're hearing our Emmy music. We have to go.
Okay.
So kicking us off, but go check out Dan. Go check out that Ryobi party. You just painted around the sides of these. Like, really? We got to go, but we will be back in just a minute with more My Fix It Up Live.
All right.
This is My Fix It Up Life, and we are, as Mark likes to say, in it to win it.
Hanging out.
Winner,
having
winner,
fun.
vegan dinner.
Can't do it. I can't.
Winner, winner, vegan dinner.
I can't do the repeated catchphrase.
No.
I gotta try to be a little bit original.
I don't have a catchphrase either. I've been working on trying, but it's not.
You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. I think it's like a nickname. Like your buddies have to choose it for you.
You can't.
Versus
You can't make up a nickname.
you can't
wrong.
say.
So, like,
I am now.
For example, I was with Mark and some other of our colleagues.
We only have colleagues, Justin, who's from doityourself.com, by the way.
We were
senior editor.
installing a ceiling, and I was christened 2-foot T because I was putting in all the 2-foot pieces in the drop ceiling.
Okay. Well,
2-foot
that's
T for Teresa.
Yeah.
Cross T.
Yeah.
2-foot
That's
T.
a
It's
nickname you could take with you.
I'm
it's
fine
stuck.
with that.
Yeah.
It's stuck.
Yeah.
It's stuck.
I would like to offer you an empowerment if you would like one, because I need one. I've got trade show mouth. And for everybody who doesn't know what that is, it's that sort of nasty feeling that you have at a point in trade show land where you're walking around, you're drinking coffee, you're talking to everyone. The air quality isn't the best, usually.
I would say not the best.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it all sort of comes together in a big pile of like, I feel like I've been on an airplane for 5 hours.
Yes.
Would you like one? I'm going to have one.
Sure. I'll have an empowerment. Thank you. I actually keep.
Oh, empowerment.
Yeah.
See.
You can do it. See?
Oh, you have
do
to
it
flex,
yourself?
though, like Rosie the Riveter. You got to fire up the pipes.
Oh,
yeah,
mine
yeah.
aren't as big as his.
Well,
I'll work on it. Want an empowerment?
no, because then you'll say you just don't talk with your mouth full.
No.
It's like having my mother and my wife and my girlfriend here all at the same time, and my colleague.
Wow. All
yeah,
right.
it's a lot for me, Justin. It's a lot for me.
I just came with one of my writers, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
And your writer's name is?
Nico.
Nico.
It's Nico Rosso over there.
That's
taking
Nice.
an
notes
awesome
while we
name.
talk.
Nice.
Yeah. He's
I
very
wo-
stylish, too. You
I
can always
worked with a
tell
guy
by
back
glasses.
in Brooklyn named Nico Rossi. You know what I mean?
And his
Just
shoes.
saying.
He's got nice shoes,
That was
Nico.
before the deal. Oh, those are cool.
They are. What
Those are
brand
cool.
are those, Nico?
Nico knows how to put himself together.
He has no idea.
He's so cool. He doesn't know what
he
they
doesn't.
are.
He can't even.
Because he
divulge
got
it.
them at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
somebody
hanging out
made
there.
it for him.
Yeah.
Handmade
Yeah.
in Italy. So
Now,
you were
Justin
at
and I have actually met.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had asked you that a few days ago. I'm like, do you know this guy? Because I thought you might know him, but we were talking on Twitter.
Well, when we were at the Makecation, they really didn't say where each of us was from too much.
Right.
And your Twitter avatar
Uh-huh.
on my phone, I need a microscope to see, and it doesn't look like you now
Right.
anyway.
Right.
Upon walking up, however,
You're like, oh, that guy.
that guy.
Oh, it's that guy.
So you built a trebuchet?
No, I wish. I was there when the trebuchet was built, and so yes, I built a trebuchet.
Yep, there
I
you go.
Yeah.
Nicely played.
Yeah.
It's
Nicely
like
played.
it's like going to a cookout and all the guys are standing around with their beers in their hand while that one guy grills, and you're like, I was grilling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're here at the National Hardware Show walking around, and I like to introduce everyone to the party hat if you don't know it. The paint kit can lid.
Yes.
It's the awesomest thing in the world. If you don't have one, you need to have one. If you want to paint, you can. If you feel like it comes over you in a
Oh,
way
look at that. You have an easel. And
Yes.
Yes.
Artwork.
Is that
We're,
your work?
we're
No.
auctioning that off.
Wow.
No,
That's Chris Lampton, DIY Network Yard Crashers.
Uh-huh.
yes.
He created that.
Wow.
I believe it's a volcanic eruption, maybe a sunspot.
Yeah.
But it could be, it's open to interpretation.
That's what happens when he
That's
crashes a
art.
yard. That's what
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It explodes when he crashes it.
But at doityourself.com, you are working on all kinds of projects.
We go across the board. I mean, it's like sort of based on who our readers are. And so we have readers who are just like, oh, my toilet won't stop running. I need to know how to fix it. And then all the way up to readers who have a dedicated shop and they're doing whatever it is that they're into, so they're serious DIYers who have skills, and so, or they're going to build a deck or whatever. So we run the gamut for that.
Right.
So what is like the common questions that you get when people ask you?
Well, we have a forum side that's super active and is all moderated by pros in whatever field the questions are being
Electrician
asked.
does it,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
lighting questions or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And the questions that come through the forum more than anything, no matter what season it is HVAC. It's all about my dehumidifier or my whole house fan, or it's just constant. You can fill up the whole forum with HVAC stuff.
That's because air is magic.
We all need it. Yeah, it's like the first thing.
It's like the Greeks.
Air
Earth, air, fire, and
It's
tools.
magic.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, it's hard. It's hard. Even HVAC people, like pro guys who do it for a living, aren't that good at it. It's hard. Like, not everybody's Rich Trethewey, for example, from this
I
old
love
house.
that
Oh
guy.
God. Yeah.
We did a system and went through a bunch of people and asked them a bunch of questions. And as I met different contractors to get different prices, I kind of knew the questions to ask. And, I said, that ducting, is it the right size? I don't know.
Looks like it.
It looks like it to me. I can put the furnace in, but I don't know. And the guy didn't know, and he didn't get the job. So it's hard, and stuff goes wrong. But what is it? It is.
Right.
Is a
Well,
cold air return not hooked
There's
up?
so many variables, even in a simple system. Even if all you have, like, because I'm in Southern California, so all I have is forced air heat. That's it. I don't need anything else. But even that system, that's it. There's so many variables. There's a register or two, depending on the size of the room, in every room. So any one of those could be an issue.
Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't guess that was like the biggest area of
It
concern.
surprised me. That was
Yeah.
not what I would have thought.
But that is nice, though. I feel comforted. I feel comforted that that is a question
Good
that's
thing
happening.
you laughed at it yourself.
Because I think that it's something that's overlooked.
Ah.
When somebody walks into your home, they're not like, gosh, your HVAC system rocks in here. They're
Right.
like, oh, I love the color of your wall. Oh,
Yeah.
your floors look nice. Did you redo the curtains?
Well, it's all. I mean, that's true no matter what, whether it's HVAC or electrical or,
Plumbing.
It's plumbing. It's the things that are behind the walls that no one's gonna strut about and show off in their house when you do the tour for a new guest.
I've left this sheet of drywall off to show you some of my best framing.
We actually put it
It's-
under plexi. So in each room, instead of wall art, we don't apply art to the wall. We leave it empty, and then frame around the plexi as if it's living art. So you can actually watch the sewage coming down from the toilet. It's fantastic.
Nice. I'm coming over.
Yeah.
You might want to bring us in as your plumbing experts because we do have the live sewage demonstration it's in our kitchen actually. Yeah,
nice.
we like to, anyway.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
probably
so
too far.
we're in a paint tools booth. Do you get questions about painting?
Oh yeah, definitely. And with the painting, almost always the answer comes down to prep. It's like because people are typically writing in after they have a problem, not I have a plan and I would like to know if my plan is good. That never happens.
Oh right, it's the paint's jumping off my siding.
Yeah.
So why is my paint dripping?
Exactly.
Why is my paint coming up?
People will send in images of painted a bathroom. I think maybe my exhaust fan isn't working because all the paint peeled off. And it's like, or maybe you painted over an oil-based paint and you shouldn't have done that. It's like
you need some primer. You need something. Yes, the substrate was whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What I like and I recommend for people is you want to paint something a good 4 or 5 times so that you get all those things you screw up out of the way. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just keep painting it.
Just keep painting. Hey, I painted over that hole and it's still a hole.
Yeah.
Patch it.
That's like my girlfriend. I always talk about her.
Oh, God.
She used a gallon of paint on one wall in her bedroom, and she doesn't live in a very big house either. And she
just sloshing it around.
Just kept putting it on. Just added more.
That'll make the room smaller.
It's an inch smaller all the way around.
Yeah.
That's really funny, actually. I like that.
Oh, man. And in the
I'm like saving. I'm downloading it into my brain right now. Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny to bring up
Save.
in the minute we have left,
What's
just
up?
in our live sewage demonstration and, being proud of your framing and stuff like that.
Right.
Decks are one of those things.
Yes.
Where you go from structure to trim right, in the same hour.
Decks are we just featured decks a couple of weeks ago, and actually right now we're doing decks as well. A few weeks ago it was building a deck. This time it's like, it's coming to be summer now. How do you deal with your deck?
Right.
But decks are one of those things where they're incredibly easy to build. They're too easy to build the surface of a deck and make it look like you built a deck. But there's so much going on under your deck that will literally kill you if you have it wrong.
And there are many videos on YouTube you can watch the horrifying problems that happen when
on
you
that
have a
inspiring
party.
note.
So check your deck structure.
That's why I'm here.
Before you have a party this spring, because it's important to be safe when you're having all your friends over for graduation party, Father's Day, Mother's Day, or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm turning off the channels.
You're turning me off. Thanks.
JustinDoYourself.com.
Thank you for joining us. And you are with us here today. We're going to be beginning a little talk, demonstration.
We are now going to talk about the various tenets and benefits of exploratory. I don't know. I got nothing.
So it's my Fix It Up Lifetime. I'm Theresa. My husband Mark is hanging out with me, and I did see a hologram person in a booth yesterday at the National Hardware Show, where it's like a hologram. It's like the Jetsons. So I'm wondering, what day will it be that we're literally like sitting, like in Cabo or something?
Like we don't even have to come here, but we'll be here.
Yeah, like Shur-Line will beam us up, and we'll physically be here, but we'll be wearing like, our bathing suits and having coconut drinks. And
sometimes it's just.
Sometimes my mind goes in places that it doesn't really make any sense.
And no one can really go with you. After a while, you know what I mean?
So we have a techspert with us right now, technical expert.
From Shur-Line, who's invited us to be here, which is awfully nice.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, I wanted to shoot it.
Yeah, I would catch it.
Wait, like this? Wait, I got it. Look at that.
Yeah.
You've seen that?
Well, since it's in my toolbox, yes.
You haven't shared this with me?
Somebody took it out of my toolbox. I can no longer find it.
No.
Yes.
Marriage problem right now.
Yes.
I want this.
I think it was producer Tara actually in organizing, because we're creating some videos, and we have created some videos for
We're
you
in a
guys.
relationship. It's official. We're in a relationship with Shur-Line. And I'm very proud about it because our logos look exactly the same. I don't even understand why they do, but
Again, this is a digression.
I think it's part of the universe.
Digression
where, I mean,
of relevance. Digression of relevance.
never mind.
Okay, that's what we're going to call it now in our legal charter of marriage and work. What did I say? Legal
charter?
Legal charter. Charter of
work.
digression?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Anyway, can we talk about one of the things about painting for us is we're big into the hand cut in. Teresa uses a lot of tape for texture stuff, like stripes and diamonds and things like that.
Oh, visual texture.
Visual texture, but for lots of rooms, I just want to take the paintbrush and cut in and go. But that's a skill. And it's a lot of people feel like that they can't master that. And you and I are talking about the fact that they can.
Absolutely. With the Paint Plus Primer brushes that we offer that work extremely well with today's Paint Plus Primer paints, it allows the do-it-yourselfer to quickly and efficiently apply the paint so that they get the cutting in done fast enough to go back with their roller cover and be able to blend the paint, because paint and primers dry very quickly. And
they do.
And these allow the do-it-yourselfer to paint 30% faster than a standard brush or a professional brush. And one of the things that allows that is the surface treatment on this nylon polyester blend brush allows the brush to absorb more paint when you put it into the can or your roller tray and release more paint. Many of us over the years have painted and we noticed the latex paint gets all caked up by the ferrule.
Yeah, by the top of the bristle.
Right, with this surface treatment, you don't get that. You're going to get a quick release. Then the best part is when you're done, instead of taking the brush and having to throw it away because you don't want to fight getting it cleaned up with chemicals or whatever, this will clean up perfectly under water.
Yes, I love this brush. It's beautiful. It looks like little pieces of gold flecks inside of it. So when you're cutting
So it's made out of gold is what you're saying. Got it.
So
Got it.
The whole thing that we always talk about is you want to move the paint. You want to like push it.
You want to move, you want to move the paint. And once you've got it on there, it's on.
Yeah, and you know, like there's different ways that people do it. Like some people like think that that's the best way. I kind of do like a thing like this, like a side way of doing it, and I feel very comfortable with that. Now, what is your, as a tech expert and technical expert, your way of doing it?
I like to cut in with the short side of the angle up against the wall and run it in.
So like this would be a piece of molding.
That would
right
be the
here.
piece of molding or the ceiling.
Sure.
And as I'm doing that, I'm running it in and letting the bristles come right up into the corner to give me a nice clean line. Now, if you're not comfortable with a paintbrush, one of the other things about Shur-Line is everything we do in our studies, our engineering, is made to make painting easier for the do-it-yourselfer. And if you're not comfortable cutting in with a paintbrush, we make this edger tool. And this tool is awesome. Anybody that's never painted a day in their life can take this tool, put paint on it, go up against the molding or the ceiling and make a perfectly clean edge. One of the things that we've done to this is we've made it foolproof. We have a lift so that when you're dipping it into the paint pad, your edgers and your guides are not getting paint on them. If you look under on the paint pad, it's cut away again where the guides are, so you're not going to get paint on it. And you're going to go just like that, and that's going to give you a perfectly clean edge. When you're done, ejects right off there and just using your thumb. Nice and easy.
And that's kind of the best part too, because you know, if for a DIYer, if you're so careful to not get paint on you, you're pouring your paint, you're getting it in the tray, you're so careful, and at the end of it, and you're taking your roller or taking like your edger, and you're like wrestling with it to get get the pad off, you're going to end up with paint all over you. But being able to release it really quickly like that,
it's important.
Yep.
it's kind of huge with the experience of painting. And then you're not thinking about that, oh, now I have to take off. Should I just throw this away because I don't want to deal with getting that off of?
We found on jobs, we'll come back, you know, hours later, and we've having people help us, like different TV projects we've done, rollers and roller frames everywhere, because they get to finishing rolling out the wall, and they're paralyzed. They don't know what to do. So that's a very real thing that Theresa's talking about.
Yeah, it's. What do you think? I talk about imagination things all the time?
Just supporting you. That's all.
Aww.
Cleanup is a very important part
and
of the paint job.
nobody wants to. Who wants to clean up? Hey, we're going to do a show about doing the dishes. My Fix It Up Life podcast will be brought to you by Scrubbing the Floor.
I think Mr. Clean and the Scrubbing Bubbles, if they were here,
they would
say, you know what? You know the footage of Mr. Clean growing up in those commercials, it's real.
I don't even know. Again, digression alert. Okay.
No, you've never seen those commercials?
The footage
I'm
of
going
the
to totally
commercial
pull up some
that's
YouTube
on
with you
TV
later.
is real?
Yes, I'm joking. It's a cartoon.
Oh, I see. All right. I just too many branches in the tree.
Okay,
here.
let's talk
All right.
this because this is pretty awesome.
And we're coming up to barbecue season, sitting out on your decks,
Yes.
having that coconut drink you talked about earlier.
Ooh.
Anytime you're staining or painting a deck, what's the most difficult part of the process?
Getting in between the boards.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's exactly right. So with this deck stain groove tool kit, you'll see we've got the groove sticking out through the pad, so it allows you to stain the deck, go between all your grooves, and when you're done with that, you flip the handle over, the groove part disappears, and you can stain all the flat parts.
That's perfect.
Time saver. It's threaded, so you put it on a pole, so you're not bending over with your brush to go in between the grooves.
Sure.
And it allows you to get the job done much quicker, much easier.
And the water is going to go down past, like a paintbrush is only going to go so far down in between.
And depending on how you're spacing too, like getting a paintbrush or getting any bristles of a paintbrush in there, you're probably going to make your paintbrush go all wonky if you're trying to shove it in there.
Yeah, you got to get a big brush, and those are just that's a brutal job for a brush. But also, as the water goes down the side of the deck board, because that thing's like an inch long, as are many deck boards, a 5/4 deck board.
Exactly.
So you're getting that whole edge, which is going to repel water and help it go down through instead of around and underneath. I'm a deck geek, so the reason deck boards crack sometimes is because they dry faster on the top than the bottom, blah, blah, blah. This helps keep them drier. Yeah, that's right. I did that.
Yeah, and it's just fun.
How many people are clapping?
Hey, Mark.
0.
Mark.
Hi. You know what else? Here's what else I'm seeing now, too. This will go under your guardrail.
Oh.
So you can go all the way.
Let me see that. Let me thinking about that.
Assuming you've got a 3.5-inch gap, which you should.
Yeah, you should. You can get that under there.
Yeah.
And then go.
So go all the way to the edge of the deck, right to the post, the whole thing. Very nicely
You have
played.
stained decks before.
1 or 1,000, yes. Yes. Yeah. I know
That's
the
really
ins and
smart,
outs,
honey.
I believe.
That's
yes.
really smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is available. People can actually purchase this.
Yep, and
we encourage them to do so.
the replacement pads are available as well.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Now, as long as for the pads, though, I have a question. How long can you use? Because, you know, paintbrushes, we always have to, you know, like stop to clean them along the way. But about the pads, how long can you use this pad?
That pad will last for the coverage of a complete deck.
Really?
Yep.
What if I have like an acre?
I was going to ask the same question.
An acre deck.
I would buy a backup pad to have handy.
Okay.
For an acre. So 1 pad, ½ acre.
I would say that's probably pretty accurate.
What a great value that is.
Wow.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
unbelievable.
Whoa. I really
So
like that.
eject the paint roller. It's not just any paintbrush that you buy, even if you buy an expensive one. When you get into the paint and primer thing, people don't know that.
Right.
And not to turn it into an ad, but I think that's information that I want.
Well, that's why we're in a relationship with Shur-Line too. It's because it's because they make awesome products that make life easier, and it takes your Pinterest board from being something you're dreaming about to something that's literally in your home, and then you're empowered, inspired to move on to do another project. And it's like high fives, winner, winner, vegan dinner for everyone.
Yeah, we're hanging out here. Thank you for having us.
The most fun of being with Shur-Line is that anybody who owns a house, a condo, an apartment, we're bringing tools to them that make an instant impact on their living environment.
You should write marketing material.
Painting is like the easiest thing any do-it-yourselfer can do themselves.
And you're sure to get a Shur-Line with this paintbrush.
Sure you can.
You're good.
Testing, okay.
Yeah, you're on. It's happening right now. Channels are up. You're in it to win it. We're hanging out at the Shur-Line booth at the National Hardware Show with some new friends we've just met who they come highly recommended as friends.
They've come highly recommended like a fine wine.
Absolutely.
And they are, I think there are not soul sisters. Well, we could be soul sisters.
Probably.
But like
you do look similar.
Oh my God. We're like sisters. I forgot to tell you, this is my sister.
Hi.
Yeah.
And officially creeped out.
Yeah. No, you guys share like the love of old houses. You are like going to be the super hottest next HGTV couple that everyone's going to be watching sometime this spring, summer-ish.
Maybe the end of next month, towards July.
End of June, they're thinking.
One home closer to your mouth. This is our technical.
Our
we're
technical
microphones.
thing is,
I can't hear you.
I can't hear me
You
either.
can't?
Is our channel up, John?
Can you hear now? How about now?
Let's see,
We
Andy.
can just walk around.
Am I not?
I can hear you.
Oh, I got you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we were a little low.
We're going to give Andy headphones, but don't tell him. We can't hear you.
Just mute his channel.
Just turn the one off.
Yeah,
thank you.
But you guys
Wouldn't be the first.
literally.
We're being polite with you.
And the name of the show is Old Home Love.
Actually, our business name is Old Home Love, and our show name is going to be American Rehab Utah.
Awesome.
Utah.
Utah, because that's where we're from.
I have to say, now I have this canvas here because I want you guys to paint something because I want to do a, we can give it to charity, raise money,
Love it.
online, social stuff. But Alaska's great. I think they're awesome over there. New Jersey, okay, I get it. Everything's there. But Utah, I like it.
Utah's cool.
Yeah,
There's too much of those states happening.
Utah's interesting. Go ahead.
No, the network was actually really excited to find something in the Rocky Mountain, Intermountain West region because there's not a lot of exposure right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the homes, the historic homes we have, the architecture comes from all over Europe because, people immigrated to the Mountain West in the 1800s, brought their building skills. So we'll have like a Scandinavian home next to a very British home next to a different style. And there are so many hundreds of these old houses there for us to work on.
Yeah,
What
that's
part
cool.
of the state are you in? It's obviously a big place.
We're right in the middle.
Right, we're about 20 minutes south of Salt Lake and just north of Provo. So the whole Wasatch Front, as they call it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you go up into the mountains and get into the ski area type houses?
No,
Or,
honestly, they mostly built in the valleys because they could get water. It
It was
was a
much
more
easier
convenient
to live
place.
in the valleys than up in 10 feet of snow all winter.
Sure.
So
yeah.
th-
So
there
this
aren't a
was
lot up there.
before skiing, is what we're talking
Yeah. Well, all of our houses.
Old houses.
Just saying.
Old houses.
So where was the chairlift in the old house?
I don't know.
Goodness
They're
gracious.
just
Can you
skiing.
tell he
You get
likes
off
to
the slope
ski?
right into the house.
Skiing is awesome.
I don't know if
Skiing is
anybody's realized that Mark likes to ski yet.
Come
Have you?
visit
Do you
us.
really?
We'll take
I
you
love
out to
skiing.
It's like
Sundance.
20 resorts within half an hour of our house.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
He'll be taking you up on that.
See
All
you in
right.
5
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a bunk room with 6 beds when our kids are out of town.
And
can
you're
have it.
invited.
Nice. Oh, that's wonderful.
A
Yeah.
bunk room with 6 beds. That's so adorable. Okay, so before I get totally sidetracked.
Before.
Okay, I'm totally sidetracked.
Okay.
So on Twitter, you guys, I know you have a Twitter handle and an Instagram and a Facebook and a website, but where can people be? So where do people go? Which one of those things is the best place for people to go?
Honestly, the way we're so busy. I mean, the reason we got the show is we really do this. We work 7 days a week on these old houses. So we've only had time in the last year for Instagram. And that's where we've put the majority of all our pictures, all our info.
Yeah.
But we do have a website. We do have a Twitter feed. But if you look up Old Home Love, that's our website. That's our business name. And that's where most of the
That's our
information will
Facebook. That's our Twitter. We're at Andy and Candis, and it's CANDIS.
That's right.
Instagram as well.
Same with Instagram at Andy and Candis.
And we followed you guys on Instagram for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
So
yeah,
fun.
yeah. Thanks for commenting back.
Yeah.
Never.
That's so.
I manage the Instagram feed, and I actually have a personal grudge against you. That
Right.
I
I do
Yeah.
that.
We're like, we hate
We're making it
skiers.
right here.
Yeah.
I'll just write right
That's
now.
really
you guys are
ugly.
awesome.
Oh, gosh.
I'm looking up your last Instagram. Did you post from the hardware show?
We did.
Couple.
Uh-huh.
We mentioned
Really?
you guys. We were like,
We
we
sure
love them
did.
so much. They never respond.
I don't think we said that.
No, I didn't say that.
So we're in
So-
Vegas. We'll buy you guys drinks tonight.
Awesome.
Just send me a little,
little
notey
invite.
note, and
So-
we'll
What are you buying?
There you
whole
guys
home,
are.
Yes.
renovating them, and then selling them? Do you repair homes for other people?
No.
What's your
No. Go ahead.
entry level into the?
It's so intense restoring an old house.
That is
you know,
us.
you have to
I'm
take
gonna
it
say
all the
this
way
wasn't
down.
taken at the hardware show.
That 32 DeSoto was here in the parking lot.
Yeah.
That's our wedding day. We got married at our old house as we were restoring it on the porch.
It's
wonderful.
Like?
so cute.
I just double tapped on that one.
Thank you.
I double tapped on this one.
Is that
already.
how you like? I press the heart, not on your stuff.
He presses
but-
the
No,
heart too.
obviously.
I'm like, that's
Yeah.
weird. Just double tap.
It's
Oh,
a
you
guy
just
thing. It
double-
feels
You guys are
better
so
when you
cute.
hit the heart.
Yeah.
Aww.
You guys are you guys are camera friendly.
Oh my
Aw.
goodness.
This is the.
Obviously,
You know what was
no.
funny? We were filming. You know, the film crew, they usually have all these lights and bounces and setups. It takes a long time to get a shot ready. Well, with Candis, they didn't use any of that, and the cameraman
cannot be a
kept
part of
saying
this
like,
conversation.
you know, that would
They've
be
got beautiful
super selfish.
skin.
The camera guy said like, I don't have to prep you. You are so easy to film.
Wait a second, though. She was prego, though.
I
So
did
that's
have
the
the
a
magic.
glow.
glowing skin,
Yeah.
too. Like,
Yeah.
you've got
True.
beautiful skin, and you were, like, your estrogen was just like,
It
All
was all
about the
over.
estrogen.
Yeah,
all
you
over.
need more estrogen when
I'm
you're
working
filming.
on it, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like,
You know
he
what
said,
you do
"Ca-
need? 1 second.
No, go
I'll be
for it.
right
Don't,
back.
don't hesitate. I don't have any questions for you guys.
I have
So
something
it
for
doesn't
you.
matter.
Why,
Why
we
would
Doesn't
you?
matter. Yeah,
Don't
no.
be scared.
You
It
have to
can't be
hear
that
this.
big. It's
She's
not
like,
a
I'm going to
purse.
pepper spray your face.
As Teresa reaches into her
She's like, your
purse,
beard makes me uncomfortable. I'm
Right.
going to spray
this
you.
is a taser, and it hurts a
your hand.
lot.
I have used this.
Does he?
Teresa,
Don't look at
Skincare
look at these. My
product.
hands
They
are
caught
so
me at the
gross.
mall.
They're all cut
I
up.
know.
So now
Okay.
We buy the houses.
you buy the house.
Yes, we
Were
do.
you
We do.
contractors before? Is
I've-
it
I've been
labor
in-
of love?
I've been in enterprise level IT sales for several large technology companies.
And I was the contractor.
And she was the one doing houses. She got me into it. We've been married for 2 years.
Uh-huh.
And about a year into our marriage, we had 12 houses we were doing on the side. And she said, you know what? You need to quit your job. We need to do the houses full time.
Wow.
You need
and then,
this.
And then the TV stuff came about within months, and it's just been a roller coaster.
And
from
did
there.
they sort of? Did you just like get an email one
They-
day?
Can I 1 second?
Just a
We're-
phone call.
we're-
Sorry,
I mean,
let's interrupt the house stuff. We have important.
Yeah, let's not talk about
Look
houses.
what's in there.
We'll just.
Gold.
Oh, it's real gold, baby.
Like literal
You'll
gold.
put your gold on your face, and you'll be like, you won't be such a disgrace. So what?
Do I have to say that when
no,
I put it on?
you
Okay,
really
I'm
don't.
good then.
No, not so much.
I just don't know what to do
No.
next.
No,
some
but
of
it's-
these,
lotion.
some
it's
of these
real
segues
gold.
go far.
That's awesome.
So
This
when
is the
you're
furthest.
shaking hands with the other people, and they're like, "Oh, it's so nice to meet," you're like, "Yeah, that's gold right
Yeah.
there." The
In
golden
more ways
handshake.
than one.
Can I go
Yes.
third person though? Like Andy's hand is gold.
You know, I read in
wouldn't stop you
psychology
there.
today recently that that's a more healthy way of talking about yourself is in the third person, because then you can coach yourself and you can get out of your own head. Crazy.
Plus, you feel super approachable to people.
Oh yeah.
Teresa
It
the
makes
opposite
it
of
so
that, I don't know.
likable.
Teresa feels good about that.
Oh gosh.
All right. So we don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to ask you guys to like put some color on a canvas.
Well, we are artists, you know. Obviously, that's
She
what
is.
we
She
do.
paints.
I do paint.
You should let
Paint,
her
like,
just paint it nice.
Pictures of things.
Do a house.
Like a house
Do
landscape.
our house.
I will
Seriously,
do our
I'm gonna let
house.
her literally do
I don't
it.
know. We don't have like little paintbrushes though. All
don't-
we
we
have
have
are
the
the
touch-up
touch-up
painters.
It doesn't
painters.
matter.
It's all right.
We
I got
love
this.
touch-up
I
painters.
got
Really?
this. I'm gonna do something so abstract.
Can
No,
you
no,
stay
no.
for a few
Beautiful.
minutes after
You
we're
bet.
and
We're
then
gonna
we'll
follow you guys
play.
around all day.
That's
Which
good.
hotel
I'll
are
like
you at?
something you do on Instagram. So that's cool. Yeah.
We're
You
best
guys
I'll
are
friends.
find
so
you on
cute.
Facebook.
We're soul sisters.
Soul sisters.
Yeah,
I
we
like
totally
it.
are.
I like it. So you had
You're
12
just rubbing that in.
houses
You're the
at
gold.
one point.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're the contractor doing all this stuff. You've
I'm
got a big appetite for chaos.
Oh, I love chaos.
She loves
That's how
change.
I thrive. I
Every
love
few
change.
months, she's like, let's move to a new house.
Our kids are like,
Let's move
"No."
into this one.
And then did you
I stay
move
for the kids.
around
No.
during all these?
No.
Okay.
We had to put everything on hold to do the show house, and it was pretty crazy. I mean, like, all of these projects just had to, sleep while we were very intensely renovating a house. We renovated it in 5 weeks, 2 days.
5 weeks.
We got to four-way in 10 days.
Ceilings out, walls up.
Four-way. That was lucky.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
You guys are mad dogs.
But we had to have it all done before the baby came.
Yeah.
Like, we had a timeline.
She had the baby 2 days after we wrapped. They were still in the house filming afters while she's
and we were in the
having a
hospital
baby.
having a baby. It was
Now,
insane.
did the film crew want to come and film the birth?
They
Nope.
just asked if we
Yeah,
would do
right
it on
up-
our
right up.
iPhone. And
Yeah, all of it. No. They did. They asked me to use my iPhone and film us in the hospital after the baby was born, holding the baby, which we did, and the hospital gave them permission, I believe,
we
to
hope
use it
so.
in the
I
show.
hope that it ends up on the show. I think it's an interesting
That'd be,
storyline.
that'd
you
be
know?
wonderful.
Yeah, and she's
Yeah.
a sweetheart,
Wow.
too.
What's
so
her
I
name?
bawl the whole time during the show.
There may be
you know.
one part where she falls on the floor crying and says, "I'm so pregnant."
I don't think I fell on the floor.
You didn't fall. You were already
We were
on the
already
floor.
sitting on the floor doing something, and I was just so emotional. Emotional. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I can't
She
give
was so
away too
emotional, she
much,
was making
but
up words.
I do that
was.
too.
But
really.
something happened that I was just so upset about, like historically, like something that we couldn't save. You'll have to watch the show, I guess.
Yeah,
But,
I get
and
upset
just
about that
started-
stuff too.
Oh, I just started
Oh.
bawling. I'm like, it's gone. Like, there's nothing we can. It's gone. And
And just out
I
of
just
nowhere.
bawling. They're like, okay. And I'm like, I'm so pregnant, you guys. I'm so sorry.
So are you
I
like
totally
are
do that
you
too.
finding? And I'm trying not to ask you about the episode because you can't talk about it till it really
Not
comes
Oh,
on.
technically,
they're all the same.
But you must go into these places and find.
Mummified cats.
Oh yeah.
Not on my list of things I
No,
was
but
going
I
to
think
ask,
it's
but
so
I think we should
interesting.
go
We
down
have found
this
gold.
road.
We found gold, diamonds, severed fingers in a cigar box, mummified cat.
And then rats.
the
Rats
dark
are
party
things
out
that
there?
are shiny.
So literally, someone wrapped a cat, like a mummy.
No. It
or
had
it's
been
just
in the ceiling around the old knob and tube wiring.
It was chasing a rat.
Yeah, it was chasing rats in the 20s. So
Got
this cat was
electrocuted.
leather.
It got electrocuted, died in the ceiling. And, you know, the houses that we fix up, they've been so run down.
Yeah.
That one was 50 years run
Yeah,
down.
it had been really bad.
So it died in the ceiling. You know,
They're
not
like,
going to
oh,
take the
let's
ceiling
add
down.
that to the smells in this house already.
And then it
Right.
was there for 50, 60 years, mummified, just for us to find. There's a picture
Wow.
of it on Instagram, I mean.
That is
That's on Insta. You would have known. I
absolutely
mean, on our
insane.
Wait, I mean,
that's
Instagram
insane.
account.
like I found a lot of stuff but not that. No.
It was insane.
Hamsters, birds.
We say rats make the best memory keepers because they gather everything old and shiny. We find it 100 years later. so.
13 birds in
Okay.
one pipe is our record, by the way. 13
Okay,
dead
so
birds.
your second
You must
season
have a spreadsheet
or their second season.
of gross.
No, that doesn't leave your mind.
My gosh, your abs are disgustingly fit.
Cats and rats and elephants and green neckies. or
No, I
long
want to
neckies.
come. I want to come play with them on their next season, so we can help behind the scenes.
Love
I
it.
want to
Do
totally
it.
be there and like
Come
watch you
stencil
guys
with
do
me
your
at 3
stuff.
a.m.
Got a
And,
motorhome
like,
for you.
yeah.
We'll drive it around. You can
Like
stay
the
with
after
us.
the crew's not there.
I love that's
Yes,
when we actually
that's
do
when
all
you
the
actually
work.
do the
Yes.
work. That's what
We
I want
come
to do. I
back
want
at
to
night,
play.
weekends.
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't have a union. It's just us.
So much
You do.
fun.
You have the
You
best
guys
union
Yeah.
ever,
are
Meredith.
we do.
awesome. We can't wait to see your
Thank
show.
you so much.
We're excited.
Yes.
Thank you. And like them on Instagram for crying out loud.
And like their pictures too. Just don't follow them, but actually actively
Yeah.
engage with them.
It's creepy when you just follow. Come on.
Yeah, don't follow people unless
Thanks
you're
so much,
really
you
committed.
guys.
We're out.
Oh, we are. We have been enjoying the National Hardware Show, meeting wonderful people, trying out new innovations, products, and everything. We've got a healthy list of things that we have to try out. We'll be posting everything online, so go to our website, MyFixitUpLife.com. Follow us on Twitter because we're always sharing cool new stuff and have awesome interviews and guests. And Facebook, check it out. We're always posting like wacky videos and feats of strength and inspiration, and we want to hear from you. So send us an email, info@myfixituplife.com, or just send us a tweet. We love to talk, and we're out. We'll be back next week with more My Fix It Up Life.
You might be just a pretty face looking back at me. You might be an idle conversation piece. It might be another wasted memory, but I'd like to wait and see. It might be the first date on a city street. It might be a kiss that brings me to my knees. It might be initials carved into a tree, and I'd like to wait and see. Sometimes we agree just to agree. Sometimes we fight with the referee. But I'm so glad you walked into my life, into my fix-it-up life. This is my fix-it-up life. Might be a white dress walking up to me. It might be a sunrise in a sky blue sea. It might be the holder of my front door key, and I'd like to wait and see. Sometimes we agree just to agree. Sometimes we fight with the referee. I'm so glad that you became my wife. This is our fix-it-up life. Just a simple and low overdue. But what do I say to you when I can see all I want with you? You might be grandkids running at my feet. You might be a best friend aging gracefully. You might be a lifelong love-filled guarantee, and I'm so glad that sometimes we agree just to agree. Sometimes we fight with the referee. I'm so glad you walked through the door tonight, into my fix-it-up life. Into my fix-it-up life. Into my fix-it-up life. My crazy fix-it-up life. This is our fix-it-up life. This is my fix-it-up life.